You seen Pulp Fiction?
He ain't seen it either.
Ah, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no.
Cut it. It's more than music featuring Swanky Hendrix. All right, man. We are back for another interview, man. We got Swanky Hendrix in the building, and the crowd goes. What up, man? How you feeling?
I'm alright, bro. How you?
Listen, man. We made it to 2021, man. Let's start on that note, man. How do you? I know. How do you feel? Current moment in time, feel me? We at 2021. Feel me? We at March right now, so it's March 5th, and you know, this time last year we were all in a very comfortable state before, you know, the pandemic basically hit. Feel me? So, how are you as an artist from right now compared to, you know, that crazy ass 2020 that we just went through?
Right now, I'm probably doing better than I was doing then. Mm-hmm. And it kind of sounds crazy because you would think it's the other way around, but I don't know. I don't take things as losses a lot. So I take things as like blessings and lessons. So it's like what the normal person would look at as a loss or an L, I try to look at it in a positive light. It's not easy, but so like as far as the whole COVID thing, like losing jobs, stuff like that. Like I lost my job, moved out my mom's crib. Like,
oh, you made moves.
Yeah, but it was like, you know what I mean, it was a uncomfortable position to be in at the time. You know what I mean? Like moving out your mom's crib, that's a big decision. But it was like with me, I'm not even gonna lie, it was like extremely last minute. Because I guess she said she was moving down south, and I didn't really want to go that route yet, at least with her. Not to say like I love my mom, of course, but like it's just we at a point where we were going to two different paths. So it was like I had to take that step out of her hold in a way.
Right. Become a man type thing.
Yeah, but it was like you would think I planned it. And you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna move out this day. Nah, bro. I think I just woke up on like a Tuesday, and she was asleep while me and my brother was moving everything out of my room. Yeah. And she woke up like, "Oh, you really leaving?" Like,
yeah, moves got to be made.
Yeah, I feel like that's what, to sum up what my 2020, like the end of my 2020, that's probably what it was. It was a lot of just like risk, really, in a way. I didn't really think about a lot of stuff that I should normally think about, but like with me, bro, I'm not gonna say I wing it, because I do think about it before I actually take the step to apply myself to do it, but I kind of I stopped caring about everything else. Like I'm one of them people who used to, like now I'm kind of breaking out of that shell, where it's like I used to care like music, clothes, everything. What are they gonna think if I do this, or who's gonna fuck with me?
Now you're just going with the flow.
Yeah, like I'm doing what I want to do. Like actually, what I want to do. I'm not listening to a parent, a sibling, a fan, or anything. Like I'm doing.
That's one of the best feelings ever.
Yeah, it really is.
Facts.
But I can't stress this enough that it's very uncomfortable to get, like, when you get to that point, it's one of the best feelings ever. But like getting to that point
it's not
is
easy.
damn near like, bro, you gonna wanna give up on everything in the middle of that process.
Facts. Yeah, man, so we got my guy Swanky Hendrix in the building, like I said, man. So we gonna get to know him a little bit more, man. You know the motto, it's more than music, feel me? So let's get to know Swanky Hendrix a little bit more, man. So, we tapped in, before. It's not our first interview together, feel me? We tapped in on, WCDB 90.9 FM, feel me? On the airwaves. But now we bringing your talents to YouTube now, feel me? So for the people who've never heard of you before, man, who is Swanky Hendrix?
I'm gonna try to sum this up. Fire away, watch. I don't got it. It was gonna come down. So we
let it flow. Let it flow.
Yeah. Nah, I'm a risk-taking, inventive stoner.
Okay.
I guess that you could sum it up.
That makes music.
That makes music. Yeah.
Word. So where's Swanky Hendrix? Where you from, bro?
I'm originally from Albany, New York.
The Capital District, Albany, New York, man. So, growing up, were you circled around music? When did the love for music kind of come around for my guy Swanky Hendrix?
Yeah, since I was born, really. My dad was always into the. My mom and dad they weren't married or anything, so it was like it was a 2-household thing, but it was always music. So like with my dad, he would go on trips everywhere, like rides. He would play like Smokey Robinson, Charlie Wilson, Freddie Jackson, stuff like that. And then at home, where I live with my mom, she would play like Mary J. Blige and that type of music. So it was like
the feel goods.
Yeah. And it was really mostly R&B, like in the beginning. And I want to say I was 8. When I was 8 years old, my uncle, he had a studio in his basement. And that's when everybody like in my family was they wanted to be like rappers and all that.
Facts.
So he made like this family mixtape, I guess. But I was 8, so he wrote me a verse to the Lloyd Banks beat. It's burning up, it's on fire. That beat. He wrote me a verse to that, and that was the first time and the last time anybody wrote anything for me. I just want to put that out there. But
heard you. Finger snaps to that.
After that, like going in the booth and recording my verse, and like it happened naturally. Like it wasn't a lot of takes. It wasn't, but my voice was mad little, and you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
So like, but just the love for it, like it was like intentional. Like it was instant. So it was like after that, it was a wrap. So I just started writing my own music after that. Like I wasn't really dropping anything. It was just the exercise of like learning how to write, structure, you know what I mean? What a chorus is, what a hook is, what a verse is. And then I want to say up until I was about 13, 14, my dad passed away when I was 14. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to take it serious. Like I got something to talk about now. Like, even like before that, I've been through a lot of stuff in life, but it was like that was like the icing on the cake where it was like, okay,
I gotta
looking back on my life, like I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So it was like I just took that and ran with it.
Right. So now let's even talk about the because you're an artist that I wouldn't even call you like a conscious rapper. For me, like you are a conscious rapper, but I wouldn't even put you in that, because you're very versatile. For me, so but you're very, you have a message. For me, you have you have good, delivery of your words and stuff like that. So. How important is like lyricism to a person like you said you've been doing your homework basically since you were young, so how important is especially in a day like where you see a whole bunch of bullshit music coming out today, for me, quote unquote, because people will like it, people won't. Music is subjective, but I hope you know what I say when I say that statement. But how do you feel about the importance of lyricism in today's world of music?
I feel like it's very important, but I also feel like the mumble rap is also important in a way. And a lot of people don't agree with me on that statement, but I just feel like, especially in 2020, 2021, like the 2000 era of music, personally, I feel like it's one of the best eras. I don't think it's the best era of music at all, but it's definitely top 5 eras.
What do you think is the best era of music? If you had to be locked in like an era of music, like ever, where you teleporting to?
The 90s.
The 90s.
Most definitely.
Heard you. But yeah, back to the importance of lyrics.
Like late 90s, early thousands, like, in that one.
Nelly with the Band-Aid and all that.
Yeah.
Word.
But yeah, I just feel like it's like top 5 eras of music, just because there's something for everyone. Like back then, there was a sound, and the industry was sticking to it. You know what I mean? Like when Nas and Tupac and Jay-Z, and that was the sound.
Right.
Or the 50 Cent and the Nelly and that was the sound. Where I feel like as 2021 and 2020 and all that, I feel like there's something for everyone.
Facts.
Like the conscious rap, or the lyrical rap, or the mumble rap. Like there's something for everyone to grasp onto. So it's like, personally, I just feel like you can't be mad at today's music unless you want to be. Like there's a lot of old heads that, the music today is trash, but it's like, I feel like they're looking for the trash.
Like, are you listening?
artists.
Yeah,
like,
right, exactly.
Because you still got Kendrick and Cole and even Corday. He's like younger, but he's coming up, but he's still in that. So you can't really say all the younger people are. You know what I mean? It's just
Big Sean. Yeah, there's definitely
It's just what people grab onto really, because like you still got Uzis and Cardis and Futures, but on the other hand, you got conscious rappers and stuff.
So now to jump into my question, I call this the 3 feet. We did this before on WCDB, but reason why I call it the 3 feet. So if you were dropping, album on the way, chill. We gonna get to that, chill. But if you were dropping an EP tomorrow, right? Self-titled, Swanky Hendrix, and you got to get 3 different features on it. But I'm gonna give you the guidelines and the restrictions for these 3 features. All right. So for the first one, an artist that is not here with us anymore that you would like to work with, artist that passed away, Nipsey Hussle, heard you. That's a good one. For number 2, the second feature, Dead or Alive, but old school. So 90s and back. Who you taking? Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive.
I gotta go 90s?
Yeah, 90s and back. When were you born?
2000.
2000. We're so yeah, 90s and back.
Kanye?
Okay. I wouldn't drag Kanye as a 90s.
Nah, you gotta put him in there though. You got to.
We taking that. We going to the survey. We gotta.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go Nas.
Nas. All right, valid. That's not even an argument. Feel me? We had to debate on the Kanye. Feel me? We had to take it to the comments on that one. But so now for the last person, so you got Nipsey, you got Nas, and for the third person, so give me a new wave artist, somebody that's on right now, relevant right now, that you think you would make a fire feature with.
Like new rappers, or just like,
let's say 2016 or better, 2015 or better, within the past like 5 years, came, popped, lit,
and still relevant today. Big Sean.
I like that. Big Sean, man. That's so you got Nipsey, you got Nas, Big Sean. That's a hell of an EP. And Swanky Hendrix. So you can't forget that, man.
Yeah, that's fire.
That's fire, man. So that's a lot of heavy hitters and a lot of bars, feel me? So what is this is a random question I'm just bringing off the top of my head. What do you feel like is like your hardest like bar, or like your hardest one-liner that you ever like spit type thing?
That I ever spit?
Yeah. Give me some, cause like Drake got the Instagram quotes. Feel me? He got the quotables. Give me a Swanky Hendrix quotable. Feel me?
I got a
Give me something to throw on my gram for tomorrow. Feel me? I need some. I'm trying to go up on the gram, Swanky. Give me some sauce, man.
I got like real simple captions.
Yeah, let's hear it.
But probably one of my favorite probably gotta be like stacking and stashing, saving up for shit we never had. And
okay, stacking up for Say it again.
Stacking and stashing, saving up for shit we never had.
Let me stacking and stashing. Be saving that. Be saving that right now. Saving that right now.
That's just one of them.
I'm gonna actually send it to myself this time too. We talked about that earlier. Stacking and stashing. We throwing it on the gram. Saving up for shit we never had.
Mm-hmm.
Heard you, man. So what's you know, I'm gonna save that question for later. But you know, now let's talk about music. Feel me? So let's talk about your project. So you dropped Purp Fiction, 8 tracks on there.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like the 8. Why'd you choose 8? Was it hard to choose? You know, narrow it down to the 8, or were you just thinking of like DJ Hollywood and you was like, nah, we got to do 8, bro?
Nah, I just I want to say I grabbed the inspiration for it from when Kanye was doing that whole 7-track album thing with like Pusha T, Tiana Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, I felt like the industry was missing that. Because it was like, Pusha T and Tiana Taylor album was fire. But it was short. So it was like, I feel like if you do it right, if it's executed in the right way, you could really like do something special with less songs in a way.
Facts. Nah, that's very true. So your project before that, let me look again. So your project before that was Promises? No, that was the song.
Dream.
Mm-hmm. So what do you feel like was the big, like level up for Swanky Hendrix? You know, if a fan was supposed to listen to that project Dreams into Purp Fiction, what would be like the not the obvious difference, but what would be something that the growth that people would see from you as an artist, you think?
That with, instead of like the difference between Dream and Purp Fiction is kind of just like I did it my way. Mm-hmm. Not that Dream wasn't my way. It was more of Dream was more of an album to like showcase my talent and my ability as far as the listeners and like what my generation and younger are like gravitating towards more, like the whole auto-tune, like good sounding substance still, mm-hmm. but just that type of music where it's like it's easier to accept that type of music. That's what Dream is, where as far as Purp Fiction is more of a me type thing, like the music I want to make for myself.
Facts.
Not really caring about what anyone else thinks, is doing it my way.
Facts. So the intro is fire, opening ceremony. Mm-hmm. So even so the intro and outro for me, obviously the whole body of work is dope. For me, make sure you check it out. Purp Fiction, my guy Swanky Hendrix. But so the intro and outro were like very like what you're doing type thing, So talk about the thoughts into coming into an intro, because that's the heavy hitter for a project. That's what people are hearing first. That's between somebody swiping up and canceling the app or next song, or So what was the thoughts with opening ceremony as your intro track?
It was literally that was the thought, where it was like one of my friends years ago, he made a post on Facebook and was like, if your intro is trash, I'm not gonna listen to the rest of the album.
Respectfully.
And I took that and I saved the post. And like Purp Fiction, that's been in the works for about 2 years. Mm-hmm. So it was like I was going back and looking at all the inspiration and stuff for the album, and I was like, for the intro, I wanted to do something different for me in a way, where it was like, and most of it was really organic. Like I think I made like one post, like if you want to be featured on the album, send me like a voice message or something. But even before that, I still had like the girl on it. That was just a conversation that we had like even before I made the post. So when I made the intro, I kind of just went back to the voice messages in the song, and I wanted to incorporate it in a way where it's like it's not forced. Like, oh, this is Swanky Hendrix. This is who this is. This is, whereas more of a, it sounds genuine. You know what I mean? Like the people who are on it and featured in the intro actually like care about me as an artist and my music, and I wanted to incorporate that over like a simple type of instrumental and a melody as far as like, so it's not really a song, but it's a good intro that brings you in. You want to hear the rest of the album.
Intro's a vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Intro's a vibe. So you had somebody speaking on the intro.
I had
Let's play it. I got you.
four people.
So who are the individuals?
Her name is Naziana.
So you knew all the people?
Yeah.
Word. Dope.
The girl name is Naziana. One of the dudes, his name is Chris. Another one of the dudes' name is Dante. I believe that's it. That might be it.
Word. Nah, it's dope, bro. Super, super dope.
Appreciate it.
So, I see that you're very aesthetic-y, feel me? Like you like your looks, feel me? Your branding's all put together a certain way, feel me? It has a very like old school 90-ish, feel me? Like vibe to it. So where did and even earlier you said wearing what you want and doing what you want. So where did that freedom of self, feel me, kind of like derive from?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you really, just because that's always been me. Like, and I know like some people may not believe it or whatever, but like since I was young, I've or like the whole 90s vibe and all, like it's not forced. Like I'm not doing it because it sells or because like that's been my vision. And ever since I was young, like middle school and freshman year, like the crazy outfits, like I'm telling you guys. So it's like I was wilding like freshman year. The fits was crazy, but it was shit I wanted to wear. So it was like
good fits or bad fits?
Nah, they was terrible. Like they were.
Swanky Hendrix with the bad fits.
I got one picture and it was like I had like this shirt. This button-up shirt, and it was like a denim blue with like white stars on it, and I had like red shorts on.
Oh yeah,
with like tie-dye socks.
American flag, John.
And then I had like one red Puma, one blue Puma, and then I had the Gumby cut. Like it was. Oh yeah, it was crazy.
You was wildin'.
But I was me, so it was like
right.
And then on top of like looking like that, dressing like that, like people still fuck with me, like genuinely. It wasn't like I wasn't never the outcast or whatever. You know what I mean? I was a weird kid, like into like Marvel movies and shit like that. But like I was still embraced by like the hood people and the teachers and the nerds, the lunch ladies, the hall monitors. You know what I mean? So it's like
for me, exactly.
Because I feel like they seen that I was being myself. You know what I mean? Like obviously it wasn't for everybody. It wasn't even for me looking back at it. But they seen like, oh, he really like does not care what anyone thinks about him, bro. Like I'm getting Gumbies, I'm dyeing my hair blonde, all types of shit. So it was like I just wanted to do it. So it was like as I got older, I guess it just shifted more into the 90s type of throwback vintage look and sound, because that's what I was really like gravitating towards more like as I've gotten older. Like Joey Badass and Big Sean and Wale and them type of rappers where it was like they had that look for themselves also. That's just who I was listening to and gravitating towards. It kind of just rubbed off on me in a way.
Word. So now back into Purp Fiction for me, because that's like a song or a project title that we can't even just go over. So why'd you name it Purp Fiction as it's very close to the name Pulp Fiction? So elaborate on that a little bit too.
Pulp Fiction is a movie by Quentin Tarantino, and it's one of my favorite movies. It's not my favorite, probably top 5. It's definitely top 5.
Word.
Where it's the movie itself, like you gotta see it to understand, but like just to break it down, and what I grabbed from the movie is more of a anybody like every time I ask somebody what they think of the movie or whatever, you never get the same answer from that movie. You know what I mean? So it's like, it is one movie, but there's so much going on in the movie that nobody like is gonna leave with the same opinion on it. Some people are gonna hate it, some people are gonna love it, but everyone's gonna hate it for a different reason.
Right.
And everyone's gonna love it for a different reason. So I kind of took that, and the whole aesthetic of the movie is kind of what the album is, or like the vision I wanted to take.
So would you say people should listen to Pulp Fiction before or after Pulp Fiction?
Both.
Listen
to the album before it. Watch the movie, and then listen to it again.
Y'all got homework. Y'all got homework, man.
Guaranteed, you're gonna love the album at first because it's just a good album, and I want that to be the initial. You know what I mean? Like I like when people never seen Pulp Fiction and listen to Pulp Fiction because it makes them want to watch the movie.
It makes more sense.
Like, oh, what is this about? What is even the clips in the movie and the songs and just certain strategies that I did that I incorporated into the album is gonna make sense at first if you love music.
Right.
And then if you watch the movie, you're gonna love it even 10 times more because now you know like where that clip is from or what that song title means or so.
So now, let me get back to the album. So super dope. Love the features, bro. Vincent and Jules. So feature my guy Ace Supreme. Shout out to Wild Money Billionaires, man. Check out
Ace Supreme.
Check out the interview I did with them, a couple weeks back with Ace, Knuckles, Brandon, and the rest of the Wild Money, man. Crazy.
They going crazy.
So it's dope to even hear Ace on a song like this, just because Ace is another versatile artist.
But nobody thought he was gonna even tap into that.
Yes.
There's people still to this day that don't even know that's Ace.
Yeah,
and
bro.
that's exactly
I played it for him while we were setting up, and somebody was like, "Yo, this is Ace." And I'm like,
"Word, that's."
So talk about that. Feel me? Like, how did that even come about? How did you get him to kind of step out his box on that? Because I know Ace is a very versatile artist, but he's honing his sound right now. Feel me? So something like that is not. It's not hard for him, but it's different for me. So how did that conversation even go? How did that studio session even go for me?
Well, just going into the whole album, I really like people laugh when I say this, but I really tapped into my Kanye bag. Like I say that a lot because like I really like from the production.
What do you mean by that? Elaborate.
From the production to the album cover to when I say I tapped into my Kanye bag, it's really like. I feel like people don't give Kanye West enough credit when it comes to being the visionary that he is. Like, granted, people give Kanye the respect of a producer.
Yep.
You give him a sample, he gonna kill it. But I also feel like if you give him the right artist, he's gonna take that artist to exactly where they need to be. And then it's up to that artist to do what they do. But when I say I tapped into my Kanye bag, it's really more of the sense of me going to who I wanted on the album and picking that artist, not just making the song because, they gonna like this feature, or they gonna like this song, they gonna like this song title. Like, nah, it was me tapping into me and being that producer and artist and like, okay, boom, I wanted Ace on that song because people are not gonna expect that.
So you produce too?
Yeah, I didn't produce the beats on that.
But you also produce as well.
Yeah, I make my own beats too.
Fire.
But the producer is John. He's in college right now.
Shout out to John. That beat is hard.
Shout outs to John, bro. The vision for the whole Pulp Fiction theme wouldn't even be what it is now without John. So the beats and once I heard the first beat, I want to say it was probably the Vincent and Jules beat. He sent that, and I was like, okay, boom, yeah, we got to do Pulp Fiction.
Fire.
But after I heard the beat, and I'm listening to it, and I'm getting high, and I'm making my verse, and my verse was done. My first verse was done. and I'm like, I need somebody on this. Like, and with me, a lot of the times, like, I don't really look for features. I kind of let them come to me.
Right.
Whereas in Purp Fiction Volume 2, you're gonna see that. We're gonna talk about that too, but I tend to I just let it come naturally. So it's like the first person that jumped in my head was Ace. Why? I literally cannot tell you why. I just know I was just high as hell one night, and I was like, okay, I need Ace on this song. And he's busy, bro. Like, he's out here doing videos. He got his whole Wild Money crew on the move, and so to even get that verse, like I told him that myself, like to even get that verse from him was enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, because he didn't have to, especially being how busy he is.
Facts.
He could have simply been like, nah, bro.
Yeah,
like,
simple no, yeah.
And I wouldn't have took it no way because he's extremely busy.
Understandable,
like,
yeah, facts.
So for him to even go out his way and do that verse for me was enough. But then it was like after, when I recorded that song with Ace. So it wasn't like I sent him the verse and nah, it was a session. It was me, Ace, Knuckles was there.
Shout out to Knuckles Brim, my geyser.
Ruby Rich was there.
Word.
The whole Wild Money was there. So it was like, it was their session though. I kind of pulled up.
Oh, okay.
But it's crazy because I pulled up, like they got their own studio set up and everything. So I was pulling up for like 3 days straight.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like not even recording. I'm just sitting back, you know what I mean? Smoking weed, soaking up game and all that. So it was like, I think like the third day, he was engineering somebody, and when they left, he turned around to me and was like, you ready to do the song? And I'm there for like 3 days. So I'm like, oh, you really want to do it? I bet, say no more. So I did my verse, one take, boom. And then we just kept my verse on repeat, on the loop. So we getting high, we rolling up. And then he's listening to my verse, and as he listening, he like, oh, okay, I gotta come different on this.
Facts.
I was like, yeah, on some like some Wiz and Currency type vibe. Like that's the vibe I wanted, some real laid back. Like they're not gonna expect this from you. So boom, he went in, he did his verse, and he wrote his verse, which is, if you know Ace, he don't really write a lot.
Off the top, yeah.
Yeah. So once I seen him writing, I was like, okay, this gotta be even. We gotta go deeper with it.
Yeah.
So he wrote his verse, and I stopped him like mid verse, and I was like, boom, that's all I need from you, because after that, we gonna go back and forth now. At the end of the song, he was like, oh yeah, that's fire. And he got to his last bar was like, I want to make it out and buy my mama a house or something like that. And then I just came in like, boom, ended right there. And I'm gonna come in like, or mansion and shit.
Yeah, you came out with the pause.
They never handed me shit. Like, and then we just kept going back and forth. And that was all freestyling. Like, we was just in the studio just going back and forth. And it came out great in my opinion. Like, that's one of my favorite songs ever.
Exactly. I was about to say ever. That's crazy. So is that one of your favorites off the project as well?
Yeah. Most definitely.
Word.
That's probably not my favorite, but it's top 3.
One of.
Yeah.
So I see you also got the feature from my guy Rakim Ali, man. Shout out to Rakim Ali. So how did that come about? Because I know y'all fuck with each other. For me, y'all be making music and shit. So was that like just a couple thumb taps, couple texts, feel me? And it was like, I bet let's make it happen, feel me?
It was, but it wasn't, because we just. Both of us, like, we've done that to each other so many times. Like, a lot of people don't notice he makes all my album covers.
Oh, fire.
Like, I take the pictures myself. Like, I have album cover photo shoots, but I send them off to him.
And then he finesses.
And then he just, he does his thing. So, even, like, I've known him for years. So, it's like, looking back, we've always, like, he hit me up, like, bro, I need you on this song. He'll send me a song. And then I'll probably be busy doing something else, so I won't get back to it. And I'll never send it back. And then I'll do the same thing to him, like, yo, I need you on this song, and he'll do the same thing. But with this one, he was like, yeah, bro, I need you on this. I was like, I need you on this. He's like, yeah, we got to do this. We've been putting it off for years.
Facts. It's
I'm
time.
making all your album covers. Like, we just, and then I think the beginning of the year that I dropped Purp Fiction, I made a post of all the artists that I want to work with.
Oh yeah, I think I do remember seeing you post that too.
So like 3 out of the 5 I got on the album. So it was
it's
like
that manifestation right there.
Yeah, I was like, I want to work with A Supreme. Even though we did Tim Duncan, with TK.
With TK,
Yeah, that was one of my biggest songs, like.
Yeah, that was
ever.
going crazy too.
So it was like after that, that's another reason I grabbed Ace, because I feel like with that song, that kind of painted a picture for all of us, like all three of us. I feel like that's what people thought was it for us. Like that was the ceiling for us. Like it was such good of a song that people thought we couldn't top it individually. You know what I mean? So
had to rekindle that with Ace one more time. Yeah.
But instead of doing it together again, I wanted to do it like, even if you look back at it, like since Tim Duncan, TK's had his own hit records since that song. I've had my own. Ace has had multiple of them. So it was like I wanted to show people that we could do it a different way, whether they believe it or not.
Facts. So yeah, man, the project's super dope, man. Make sure y'all check that out. Like I said, man, Purp Fiction,
Out now.
Swanky Hendrix. So now you said you got some more for the head top. So Purp Fiction 2.
Yeah, Purp Fiction Volume 2.
Volume 2. So talk about that. What should the people be expecting? You know, in Volume 2, is it still a laid back Wiz Khalifa Currency smoke vibe? Feel me?
Yeah, most definitely. But with this one, this is hands down my favorite project I've ever made.
Word.
On top of Purp Fiction Volume 1. Volume 2 it just means more to me. Like, just because what I've been through up until the making of Purp Fiction, and then seeing the feedback from Purp Fiction, and then the making of Purp Fiction Volume 2 is just, it unfolds. Like Purp Fiction Volume 1 is really I tell people all the time, it's an album of me motivating people to do it their way. That's what I tell people Purp Fiction Volume 1 is. But with Volume 2, it's way more personal. It's still the same sound, and it's still the same vibe, and you definitely want to get high when you're listening to it and all that.
Word.
But it's extremely more personal. So it's me telling, like Volume 1 was me telling people, okay, I'm gonna motivate you to do this because you can do it and all of that. And then Volume 2 is more of me showing you and telling you how I'm able to even be at this place in my life and career, to be able to tell you to do these things and move this way because I've been through this, or I did this and I'm moving this way because of that. And so.
Word. So now, how do you feel about you got all these features on Purp Volume 1. So now how do you feel about with all these features that you got? Is there any features on Volume 2?
Right now, no.
Okay. You have a number for how many tracks you're looking forward to, or that's still in the works as well?
Around 10.
Okay. And my question was though, so how do you feel about the local scene? There's a lot of talent in the 518. Feel me?
A lot of talent.
I've booked you for even shows at the Fuse Box. Feel me? And you've seen a lot of performances, heard a lot of music, from dope artists out here. So how do you feel about the talent in the 518, especially where it's at right now? Feel me?
I love it. To be honest with you, I love it. I just feel like everybody's finally getting their shot.
Word.
To the people who want it and the people who deserve it. I feel like that's starting to show. Like, I feel like you can tell who's taking this craft seriously. You can tell who's just doing it. You can tell who's been doing it for a long time. And I feel like that's starting to show in itself. Like, I feel like the city itself is starting to realize, like, oh, they're actually working. Like, this wasn't just a hobby for them.
Facts.
And then I also feel like the city is also seeing like this is just a hobby for them. Like they don't want it as bad as this person does. And some people may take it as hate. Some people may take it as falling off or whatever. I just take it as the city is finally opening their eyes. And it's up to you as the artist to use it as your advantage or to make excuses. Like,
Word.
Everybody's not going to like it.
Facts.
That's just how I look at life. Whether it's music, clothes, whether you doing lashes and hair or selling sneakers, like everybody's not gonna like it. So I feel like once you realize that as an artist, your ceiling is no longer there because you no longer have. I'm not gonna say you no longer have a goal, but you no longer have a target.
Facts.
And a target and a goal is different.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, now my next question. So, what do you feel like, when people hear Swanky Hendrix, what is the brand of Swanky Hendrix? What do you want the people the takeaway message from Swanky Hendrix that you would, kind of leave with the people?
When it's all said and done, I just want people to know that it's possible. Like, it's just that simple.
Word.
To me, personally.
And what exactly is it's possible? What's the it's?
Whatever your dream is, whatever your vision is, whatever your goal is possible. Because I don't want to just say music, because I have a lot of people who aren't artists that appreciate my music and it motivates them in whatever field they're in. So I just want to say it's possible. When I say it's possible, I mean, like, a lot of the time we tend to be our own worst enemy. Like, our mind and what we think about, it's like if it isn't getting the feedback that we think it should be getting,
facts,
we're gonna stop.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna start picking pieces about what's wrong with us as a person or as an artist or a designer, whatever you are. We start feeling insecure about our own selves because, okay, cool, this artist here has this many views or this many fans and supporters, and I don't have that many, so I'm doing something wrong. Where in my music and my whole image is to show people that that's not the way to go about anything, whether it's music, art, anything. That's not the way to go about it, because there's always going to be somebody doing better than you.
Nonetheless, facts.
So I feel like with my music, the message that I want to give out is that there's always going to be somebody doing better than you, but at the end of the day, on the other hand, you're still you. There's only one you. You know what I mean? So granted, yeah, they're probably doing better. They probably got more money, they probably got more followers, they probably got more, but they're not you.
Facts.
So you got to tap into yourself.
Facts. That's the most unique trait of all.
Yeah, and really figure out what it is that you want from yourself.
Facts.
Not from a supporter or a fan or anything else, but from yourself. And once you figure that out, I feel like sky's the limit. And I feel like my music and my whole image can help people figure that out for themselves.
Facts. So speaking of sky's the limit, so where does Swanky Hendrix see the brand of Swanky Hendrix 5 to 8 years from now?
The whole entire Swanky Hendrix brand, I see myself as a mixture of a Nipsey Hussle mixed with Wiz Khalifa mixed with a Big Sean Kanye.
Okay. So very entrepreneurial, laid back, and business.
Yeah, because sooner down the line, I want the Swanky Hendrix brand to be just that. I want it to be a brand instead of me being an artist or me being this and that. And I want Swanky Hendrix to be, I want everybody to be able to grab what they want from Swanky Hendrix.
Facts.
Whether it's the music or the clothing or the interviews or the vlogs or anything. I want people to have something to grasp from Swanky Hendrix.
Facts.
In the end.
Facts. And that's what I said. For me, you got the substance in your music. So there's definitely, it's not just bang my head on the wall music. For me, it's an actual, message that you might even have to, replay and run it back. And my next couple of questions. So, I got the infamous Jimi Hendrix
I seen
record up here, man. So why the name Swanky Hendrix? you know, when there's a legend, Jimi Hendrix. So what made you decide like, yo, I'm a, you know, keep the tradition going with the Jimi Hendrix to the Swanky Hendrix?
Well, the swank part comes from Joey Badass. He's one of my favorite rappers. And if you follow Joey Badass, you know the whole swank movement. He was heavy on that when he first came out, like the 1995 tape and all of that. That was where the swank came from. And I think freshman year of high school, the name swank, that's when everybody on Facebook was like making their Facebook name something different, like get like this or like King Nash. So it was like, I always been different. I always been that outcast. So it was like, while everybody was changing their names to that, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna change my name to Swank something. I forgot what. I think it was like Swink Birds or something like that. It was terrible at first. And then, like before freshman year of high school, I changed it to like Swanky Hendrix. No, it was Swink Bird still. And then freshman year of high school, everybody just kept calling me Swank, and it stuck. And at first I was tight, like, bro, that's not my name, like. But then they stuck, like, as the years gone by, like 10th grade, 11th grade, and then like 11th grade, 10th grade, I changed it to like Swanky Hendrix.
Word.
And then that's only because like I look up to Jimi Hendrix as far as his style goes a lot. Like in the music, of course, he's one of the greatest to ever do it.
Facts.
But I feel like people sleep on his fashion and his vision for the music, not actually just the music, but his like why he was able to make the type of music he did.
Facts.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that about Jimi Hendrix, and I also feel that way about Future, where it's like Future Hendrix, and I feel the same way where it's like the fashion and everybody think he just talk about drugs his whole career, where it's like if you really tap into his life and his career, he's really like a mogul in hip hop, in my opinion. I just feel like he's one of like, there wouldn't be a lot of artists today without Future.
Without Future, facts.
Just like Jimi Hendrix. So
I hear that. So my last two questions. So I call this the $1 million question, man. If Swanky Hendrix woke up with $1 million in his bank account tomorrow, what's the first thing you're doing with $1 million?
calling my mama.
Mama, we up.
Nah, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Probably not. That would probably be like number 3 on the list.
Talk to you later. Word. So what's the first thing you're doing with $1 million?
I wake up in the morning, I got $1 million. I'm going to LA.
To the warm weather. Heard you.
Yeah, I'm going to LA. Oh,
Heard you. Why LA?
That's always been me.
Have you ever been?
Nah.
Yo, we out.
This year, that's the plan. That's the plan this year.
Word, yeah, that's actually one of the goals for this year too. So yeah, let's definitely let's manifest that. Feel me? The $1 million and the
most definitely
and the LA. Feel me? So now my last question, man. So for Swanky Hendrix, man, why is it more than music?
It's a good question.
Thank you.
That's maybe a lot of answers to that. It's more than music. For me, or just...
Why is it more than music for Swanky Hendrix? For you specifically?
Because...
I'm talking for self on this one.
Because it's always been... Like, I don't want to sound cliche, but it's always been more than music for me. Like, throughout my whole life. Like, even songs that I would hear or whatever, like, looking back at it now, played a big part in my life. Like, and I just feel like music itself is bigger than what we actually think it is, because it's been around for so long.
Right, it's a norm.
Like, yeah, but I feel like the average person, if you were to wake up tomorrow and there's no music, I'm talking like period. Like in movies you watch, there's no music.
I'm a DJ, I'm panicking.
Exactly. Like, you're gonna the world is gonna be instantly different without music. So I feel like it's up to us as artists to really tap in to what we want from music. And I feel like if you do it right, execute it right, it's more to music, because it'll live on. Like Nipsey Hussle was more than music. Like, he's an artist, you know what I mean? But it was way deeper than just music. Where on that hand, the artist leaves an impact on the supporter or the fan to want to branch off and do it their way.
Facts.
And then even on the other hand, there's a special music is you got a special hold on, like you can hear a song. Like I just listened to a song the other night. I think it was Charlie Wilson's song. I forgot the name of it, but it came on. I'm just thinking, and it instantly brought me back to a memory with my dad. So it's like just things like that, like nothing else can do for you but music.
Facts.
So like you hear a song and you instantly, I remember because I heard that song here when I was with this person doing this, and I just feel like music is fire because of that, bro. Like can't nothing else do that but music.
I do not disagree at all, my guy. Yeah, man. So anything else you want to plug before we get out here to the people, man?
Purp Fiction Volume 2 on the way. Swanky Hendrix signature clothing website on the way.
Heard you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned.
Heard you, man. Let them know where they can follow you on
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is at Swanky Hendrix. Just simple Swanky Hendrix. Snapchat is GQSwank1.
Tap in, man. It's your boy DJ Hollywood. You already know, man. Don't forget the 8. And you know the motto, man. It's more than music. Biatch.